There's been a lot of news on the Michigan recruiting and transfer portal front. Michigan just got a commitment from Hogan Hansen, a four-star tight end from the state of Washington. Hansen is 6'6", 220 pounds, from Bellevue, Washington. 24/7 gives him a grade of 90, the number 6 overall tight end in the country, number 122 player nationally, and number 5 player in the state of Washington. The 24/7 composite gives him a rating of 90.94 and grades him as the 15th overall tight end. Aside from Michigan, Hansen had offers from Arizona, Arizona State, Arkansas, Colorado, Florida, Georgia Tech, Miami, Michigan State, Oregon, Oregon State, Penn State, Stanford, Tennessee, Washington, and Washington State. He said, "I picked Michigan because I love their culture. While there, I could see how all of them were focused on the team and the team's success, which means a lot for me, along with having good interactions with all the coaches, and I feel I have a great connection with Coach Grant Newsome. I knew it was the place for me at the Penn State game." The Wolverines have also had a lot of success in Ohio recently, both on the field and off. The ball started rolling on Ohio recruits the day before the game. Breon Ishmael committed to the Wolverines the day before Michigan played Ohio State. Ishmael is from Cincinnati, Ohio. He's 6'4", 220, listed as an athlete. He's a 3-star with an 86 overall rating. Offers besides Michigan include Cincinnati, Kentucky, Louisville, Iowa State, Pittsburgh, Purdue, Tennessee, and West Virginia. According to 24/7, in college, depending on the scheme, he would project as a stand-up edge, but he can also play Sam or Mike in some cases. Then after Michigan beat down Ohio State in their own stadium, the good news kept rolling in. Cameron Calhoun was at the game as a visitor for Ohio State, and then he committed to Michigan after the game. Calhoun is also from Cincinnati, listed at 6 feet 170 from Winston Woods High School. 24/7 has him as a 3-star, 89 rating, the number 44 cornerback overall. Calhoun was committed to the Bearcats until November 13th. His high school head coach Chad Murphy says, "He's always a guy that is the first one here, one of the last ones to leave. His work ethic is really above the norm." He posted on Instagram after Michigan won, celebrating with Michigan cornerback Will Johnson, and he committed shortly after. Luke Hamilton, a 4-star offensive lineman from the 2024 class, was also at the game as a guest of Ohio State, and he committed to Michigan the next day. Hamilton is 6'5", 290 from Avon, Ohio, listed as a 4-star, 90 overall, the number 8 offensive tackle according to 24/7. Other offers for Hamilton include Cincinnati, Iowa State, Kentucky, Maryland, Michigan State, Minnesota, Nebraska, Penn State, Pitt, Tennessee, and West Virginia. Here's an interesting quote from Luke Hamilton. "After going to Ohio State and seeing how they treated people, my dad looked at me and told me to pull the trigger now. I think Michigan is the right fit for me. At Michigan, I always feel like I'm home. Even before I got the offer, I always felt like I was at home. Going to Ohio State, I was kind of on edge on whether they were going to treat me good or are they going to treat me bad. As soon as I walked in the door, I could tell there was not good energy." Hamilton also talks about Michigan's style of football. "Michigan plays bully ball all the time. That is what they are really known for. You see their run game and how they work like that. You have to be bullies to have a good run game, and they do that. I think with my game and how I play, I'm bringing exactly that to the table. I am a bully on the field, and I don't stop." But the Ohio fun doesn't stop there. Jason Hewlett, 4-star athlete from Youngstown, Ohio, committed to Michigan 2 days after the game. Hewlett is listed at 6'4", 220 from Cheney High School. He's a 4-star, 90 overall, number 21 overall athlete, number 10 player in the state of Ohio. Hewlett is also a former Cincinnati commit who decommitted on November 24th, committing to Michigan just 4 days later. 24/7 says in college, the main piece for his development will be finding the right positional home and refining his skills at that spot. A generally raw prospect, but talented with big upside. Other offers for Hewlett included Kentucky, Cincinnati, who he decommitted from, NC State, Virginia Tech, and West Virginia. So that was 4 Michigan commitments from the state of Ohio in 4 days. Michigan's DB coach Steve Clinkscale talks about the importance of recruiting in Ohio. "It's a major priority. Really, to be honest with you, anywhere we have connections and anywhere where there's talented football players is an extreme priority. And Ohio, always being just right down the street, I'm from Ohio, and I know that football there is a high level, and so we definitely want to continue to tap into that." Unfortunately, the news can't all be good. Collins Achiampong, a 4-star athlete who committed to Michigan back in July, flipped his commitment to Miami. Honestly, programs can't expect to keep everyone, especially in the days of the NIL, but those who stay will be champions. There were also some rumors that Michigan could be at risk of losing their current top commit of the 2023 class, Etta. Miami and Oklahoma are both making pushes for him, but he tweeted out, that he had a great in-home visit with the Michigan coaching staff. And of course, recruiting high schoolers is not the only way you can bring in talent that has an immediate impact. The transfer portal is alive and well, and Michigan secured a huge commitment, figuratively and literally, from Ladarius Henderson. Henderson is transferring from Arizona State. In 2021, he was the 11th highest graded guard overall in the Pac-12 during the regular season. He was named a team captain in 2022, but didn't play after October 8th after suffering a broken bone in his hand. Again, from 24/7, there might not be an offensive guard prospect with a more exciting blend of physical tools than Henderson. At 6'5", 310, Henderson has good height and above average overall mass, but his chief defining measurable is his length. He has quantifiably elite length with arms that measure safely over 35 inches long. Henderson said, "After much prayer and thought, I will be spending the last chapter of my college journey at the University of Michigan. The transfer portal giveth, and the transfer portal taketh away." The Wolverines had already lost Cade McNamara to the portal, but then they also lost Eric All, who took kind of a weird parting shot at Michigan on the way out, and another tight end, Lewis Hansen. So after Michigan loses Lewis Hansen, they gain Hogan Hansen, and the balance is restored. At the time of this recording, Michigan is sitting at 20th overall in team recruiting rankings, right behind Michigan's next opponent, TCU. I can't wait to see how Michigan's 2023 recruiting class finishes up, but more importantly, how the 2022 season finishes up. Go Blue.